Good morning, early risers. It is a non-stress environment here at Early Risers Toastmasters because we are cool as a cucumber. It is a nice, cool day outside with the start of fall was last week, and it has been a gorgeous week here in Arkansas, and I'm sure it has also been the same in Mississippi. We have a great meeting packed for you today. No matter how many people we have, it's always packed with great content. And kicking us off with that awesome content is our very own DTM Dave Vrudny. Dave, what thought do you have for us today?
Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer. In life, things sometimes are not exactly the way we want them to go. However, we have to figure it out anyway. And as the great Brian Tracy, I believe, once said, successful people don't always make the right decisions, but successful people make their decisions right.
Ooh.
So whatever happens to us, it doesn't matter what decisions we make, as long as we make one. And to add on top of that, when I was driving to work today, I thought about a particular quote that came up, which was, done is more important than perfect. We don't have to be perfect with these meetings. Let's just get them done. That's the message for today. Mr. Presiding Officer. Oh, let's do the pledge. I apologize. Actually, I have a flag. See, this wasn't perfect, but that's all right. We're going to get it done. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dave. We will truck right along to our word of the day, presented to us by our very own DTM Dewey McGar. Dewey?
Thank you, Reggie. Our word of the day is appreciate. If you appreciate something, you recognize its value. We can all appreciate how refreshing cold lemonade is on a sweltering summer day. The word is appreciate. Please use it early and often during the meeting and throughout the week.
Awesome.
And our timer will not be here today.
Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate his service, and we will time our times. I will take over our timer position today. We may not have colors, but we will have times recorded and announced at the appropriate times. We have no welcoming to do unless Mr. Co-host would like to welcome us. Mr. Co-host, can you speak up? Just kidding. I'm not sure what that is actually.
That's so I can make sure I'm sharing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. I would love to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. He has just stepped up to this role, but he is no stranger to being Toastmaster. He is definitely one of our best Toastmasters, and he is a part of two clubs, Health Masters and our very own Early Risers Toastmasters. He works at Arkansas Department of Health in charge of keeping us stroke-free, which is a big calling for our state of Arkansas. Please help me welcome up Dave Vrudny.
Wow, I appreciate that so much. I'm one of the top 7 best Toastmasters on this call right now. I'm one of the top 7. Actually, co-host might be even better than me. I'll tell you what, it's great to be with you. The third great quote, though, before I proceed, is leap first and find your wings on the way down.
Oh, yes.
And that's what we're going to do today. We're leaping first. We don't know where we're going to land, but we're going to land. And that was Les Brown, by the way. By the way, before we get started, I have to ask you all a quick question. Did you know 1969, this week, is when the Beatles released a very famous album. What is the title of that album? It begins with the letter A. 1969. It's 2 words.
Let me think. Oh, yeah. All right. I forget.
Abbey Road. And Abbey Road has a song title on it that summarizes how we'll be successful in this meeting. It's 2 words. It starts with the letter C. What is the name of the song? 2-word song. Da 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 da. Come together right now, and that's what we have to do to make this a success. Let me now introduce our very first speaker, who considers herself a tech-savvy chick. She is the public relations manager for District 43 Toastmasters. Today, she'll be sharing 5 tips to help promote our club and members. She'll be speaking from the visionary communications path. Level 4, building a social media presence. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. Title, how to like, comment, and share your way to club success. Let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster, Sunny Fridge.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. I had the pleasure of serving as a public relations manager, giving a presentation this week about how to like, post, and share your way to Toastmaster Club success by using Facebook. Raise your hand if you've ever held the position of Vice President of Public Relations. Has anyone here ever done that? Wow, just about each of you. Has it ever been a challenge for you? Raise your hand if you would agree. It can be a challenge. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes. It's pretty hard sometimes. What do we post? Where do I get content from? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you today. I had the pleasure of working with my colleague, Ruby Lamarie, and what we did was we had a training for VPPRs. When I gave VPPR club officer training, I remembered when I was in their shoes, and what I remember most is that after I took the training, I still had so many questions like, what am I going to do in this role? I wanted to do something as public relations manager for District 43. I planned to hold a series of trainings for officers. And I'm going to tell you 5 tips that I shared this week about how to keep club members and how to promote your club. So, tip number 1 was to share content from the Toastmasters International fan page. I don't know if you've ever been there, but if you don't have content offhand readily available, one of the things that you can do is to go to their page. And what that does is it gives you content that is easily shareable to help keep your members engaged. The latest post from Toastmasters International shows club members sitting around just looking at a printout that they did from probably a great article. There are also many times you will find tips from fellow Toastmasters that talk about why they joined Toastmasters, why they stayed, or really just the benefits of being a better communicator. The other thing that you can do besides doing the Toastmasters fan page is to also share on your district page. This is District 43 Toastmasters. You can find content from the district where you can also share to your club just to let folks who aren't Toastmasters know that we have it going on. Some other things that you can do for your club would be to look at content and think about promoting someone who's doing something great. Maybe Toastmaster Dave has just gotten a promotion. It was our founder, Ralph Smedley, who said, the Toastmaster Club, which has the right sort of program, does not lose its members. So another way you can keep from losing your members is to promote your meetings, promote your events. Here are some templates that you will be receiving at the end of this presentation that make it easy for you if you are a VPPR to fill in the blanks by using a program like canva.com. It's free, it's easy, and it's very fillable. So you just put your personal information and time, and then you can share it to your Facebook page. You can also use another template to invite people who have never heard of Toastmasters. This is also fillable. Usually you need something like Acrobat, Adobe Acrobat, and it will help. You can also talk about maybe having a winner of the week. Who had the best speech? Who had the best table topics? We have this template for you. Job well done. Everybody is striving to be better at Toastmasters, so perhaps the next time one of our members finishes a path or finishes a level, this is something that we can promote on our Facebook page. And other than that, look at all these smiling faces. We have smiling faces and people who are willing to step up to the plate when some of our members aren't able to show. That's what I love about Toastmasters. Let's do that. Let's look for opportunities to do a screenshot. We can then give it to our VPPR, Shara, and she can post it on Facebook. Tip number 3 is to post photos of meetings and events and more. We now have a social media calendar. Monday motivational, Tuesday testimonials, Wednesday welcome, Throwback Thursday, Friday fun day, Saturday spotlight, and Sunday social. There are various slides that you can share and think about sharing for your club, even if you're not a member of Early Riser Toastmasters. I suggested this, maybe just take 3. A motivational quote. Dave is wonderful with quotes. We all have wonderful inspiration. Or what picture do we have of ourselves in a golf outfit or another type of throwback that's just fun to see? Or can we spotlight a member who maybe just authored a book and is having a book signing at their local church? Always things that you can do, fellow Toastmasters, to get better at promoting your club. Since time has wound down, our 4th tip was to create short videos of your event. What I did do was post our wonderful Shara. We won't be able to listen to it at this time, but what I did, I turned the sound down, but she was amazing, a wonderful example of how to be a joke master, and that will probably help a lot of Toastmasters. I also showed a generic video about a Toastmaster that is easy enough to share, and then all you have to do is put your information as a comment. Remember that Toastmasters are where leaders are made, and tip number 5 was to answer questions, show people how to volunteer and make comments, and we had a good time doing that. So remember, tip number 1, share content from the Toastmasters International Facebook fan page. Tip number 2, promote your meetings and events. Tip number 3, post photos of meetings, events, and more. Tip number 4, create a short video. Take a snippet of your best speech or table topic answer and promote that. And then tip number 5, remember, it's about engagement. The algorithms of Facebook, if you post more and comment more, they're more likely to share your post with others. Thank you very much for the opportunity to remind you how we can like, post, share our way to club success. And I look forward to being part of the dream team right here at Early Riser Toastmasters as we move forward in the coming year. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fridge. And you're absolutely right. We need to show people how to volunteer, but sometimes, like I was shown this morning, we got to be shown to be voluntold. Voluntold to be Toastmaster. And because it is Friday Fun Day, why don't we all hold up our hands and maybe we can do a screenshot later. Let's do this. Friday Fun Day. Like we just saw. That's
do this. Yeah, just do this. Hold the pose, and I will catch it and screenshot it in the video. Stand by. 5, 4, 3. Here comes Shara. 5, 4. Yay! There is Clint. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3. Yee. All right, great. I'll screenshot that because my hands were busy.
All right. Well, that was our Kodak moment. I really appreciate Dr. Fridge giving that fantastic speech on Toastmasters. And I really appreciate our next speaker because, like Dr. Fridge, they are both always interested in helping change our lives for the better. Our next speaker has talked about finance. Today, he'll be talking about health. You may know he hails from the amazing neighboring state of Mississippi. He's an alum of Mississippi State University. He currently brings financial institutions into the future as a financial technology consultant at FIS Global. He's a father and he's a husband. He loves speaking about self-improvement. His speech is titled Living a Healthy Lifestyle. Let's welcome Toastmaster Reggie Fisher.
Fellow Toastmasters, how many of you would love to improve your lifestyle? Everyone? Almost everyone. No matter how well or how poor we are doing, we all have some room to grow. I don't think we ever graduate from living a healthier lifestyle because of the seasons of life that we actually live. Sometimes we are a new parent and it's hard to live a healthy lifestyle as a new parent, but maybe a few months down the road, we can get back to living a healthy lifestyle. Or maybe we've just had some type of medical issue and it's hard to live a healthy lifestyle. Basically, we all have room for improvement for living a healthy lifestyle. Today, I'm going to share 10 different tips to help you live a healthy lifestyle. This all became something that I was passionate about back in 2008 when I first moved to Little Rock. I was 285, 90 pounds, close to 300 pounds, and I decided that it was time to change. Little Rock was a new place for me. It was a very, very different environment that I was used to, although the culture was the same, but it was a bigger city, lots of things to explore. And I wanted to change. It was time for a change. I'm going to show you a before and after picture of what my lifestyle was based on how I looked and what it was afterwards. This picture that you'll see next is on the left is what I looked like in 2008, pushing 300 pounds, trying to find my way through a corn maze. And that's almost how we approach lifestyle today. How do we make our way through this corn maze field of healthier living? And on the right is a picture of me from earlier this year. And ironically, there's a huge plate of waffles covered in syrup and butter and bacon in front of me. But as a parent and husband, you don't take too many pictures by yourselves. And this just happened to be one of the most recent ones with food, probably way more than I should ever have. But the delicious meal was just a perfect way to sum everything up. And it also falls into one of the 10 tips that we're going to jump right into. And if you have any questions, keep them in mind because I'm going to leave maybe a minute and a half or so at the end for some quick Q&A. But we're going to move pretty fast through these 3 tips. Our first tip is to create a calorie deficit. Essentially, a calorie deficit is when you need to eat less than you actually consume. Let's say you are looking at the back of your package label for 2,000 calories that the government has established before us. And let's say you also burn 2,000 calories a day. Well, if you eat 2,000 calories a day and you burn 2,000 calories a day, you will maintain your weight. If you want to lose weight, you would need to cut some calories. Basically, 3,500 calories is a pound. If you want to lose 1 pound a week, well, you need to burn off 3,500 calories. And it may sound daunting, but it's really not. And I'll get to a few of those points later. Number 2, eat more protein and veggies. Protein will help keep you full and keep you away from those snacks that are ruining your diet. And veggies are a great way to also keep you full and keep you satiated because you can eat a whole bowl of broccoli and only charges 40 calories to your diet. Roast them, put some salt and pepper on them, and you have a nice treat to go with a little bit of your rice and protein. Number 3, don't eliminate the food you love. You saw the picture of the waffles in front of me. Don't eliminate that. When you eliminate foods that you love, guess what? It's going to be hard to actually maintain a mental status of, man, I got to slug through this for X amount of months to get where I want to be. That way, if you keep the foods that you love and have some healthy or snacks that you still used to enjoy, you can do that as well without ruining your diet and your mental state, because the more you say that I can have it, then it could cause issues and you feel like you're slipping and then you're going down a rabbit hole. And then by the next week, you're like, I can't do it, I quit. So don't eliminate the foods that you love. Number 4, lift weights a few times a week. Doesn't have to mean that you need to go get a home gym, just a few dumbbells and do some ab crunches or some other ab activities to engage your core and things that will actually help strengthen your body. Lift weights. Number 5, get 6,000 or more steps per day. I say even go for 10,000 steps, 6,000 to 10,000 steps a day, get your body moving, because low impact cardio will actually help you in your quest for increasing the amount of calories that you are maybe able to eat because you've walked maybe 200 additional steps that you were not walking before. So increasing your step count will allow you to eat maybe just a little bit more, but that doesn't give you permission to eat. It's a great way to burn calories, but without feeling extremely hungry afterwards. Number 6, try to sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. I know it's hard. Again, this is a season of life thing. Sometimes it's doable, sometimes it's not. You know that you need it. I won't spend much time on this one. Number 7, don't compare your progress to others. You know, there are other people that have went through the same routine as that you're trying to do, but they have a different body and a different lifestyle, and you need to focus on yourself. Number 7, be at least 80% consistent. You don't have to be perfect. Just like at the top of the meeting where Dave talked about, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. 80% is all that we ask. Number 9, be patient and don't quit. Don't give up. Sometimes it may not look like you're making progress, but trust the process. Whatever process you're following, trust it and don't try to waver and try to find something else to do. And the last one, repeat for 9 months. Repeat, not necessarily for 9 months, excuse me. Repeat 1 through 9 for months. Repeat 1 through 9 for months. So all you need to do is to keep focused and keep trucking. You can do it. Anyone can do it, no matter where you are in your current lifestyle. You can lead a better lifestyle. What questions do you all have? Sunny?
I just would like to say I appreciate that you reminded us of how we can become healthier. And it was amazing to see the transformation from where you were to where you are today, even though you're eating waffles and bacon and now you want to go get some as soon as this meeting is over. I am on a quest to become healthier. I just had that comment to share. Thank you so much for the reminder.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you guys have any more questions, we can talk about them more at the end of our Toastmasters meeting. I now return control back to our Toastmaster of the day, Dave Vrudny. Dave.
Well, thank you so much, Reggie, for your great speech. And I just have to say, on behalf of the Department of Health, I really appreciate you bringing that good message of healthy lifestyle, healthy food, particularly the bacon and butter and waffles. But as Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, once said, all things in moderation, including moderation. All right, now it is time to move on to a very exciting part of our meeting, and what some would say is the white knuckles portion, will be led by someone I really personally appreciate because he's a great inspiration to me in my life. Let us welcome our topic master, distinguished Toastmaster, Adrian Duncan.
Do we want to do the joke of the day by Clint first?
No, we're not going to do the joke of the day first. Well, we could do the joke of the day first. Why don't we do the joke of the day? All right, I'll make a command decision here. I apologize. Toastmasters sometimes make mistakes, but being done is better than perfect. Let us now turn to our joke master, Clinton Copeland.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Dave Vrudny. The joke of the day: you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. And Another one, real quick, is naturally what has no sharps and flats, and that natural sign. Naturally, they're not sharp or flats. They're all natural keys. Fellow Toastmaster. It's just some music jokes. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Wow, that was really something. And actually, I saw pumpkins now at Whole Foods. Speaking of pumpkins, because fall is now here, how do you fix a cracked pumpkin? A pumpkin patch. Of course. A pumpkin patch. Now, let us turn to our topic master, distinguished Toastmaster, my friend, who I appreciate, Adrian Duncan.
Please unmute, Adrian.
Well, life is a bowl of cherries. Tell me why you're in the pits today. Toastmaster Sonny, tell us why you're in the pits today.
I am not in the pits. I love that, though. I appreciate your joke.
I think he's doing topics.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
was
thought so. Yeah. You hadn't figured it. She's still in the pit. I'm telling you, no,
that
look,
is
but I
hilarious.
appreciate your opportunity there, because I can see you're taking a break from stuck in the pit. That's a bad scene. I noticed she was in the pit.
I won't even say. The clock is running. I won't even say what I thought you were doing. I
started it.
thought you was doing a speech. Okay. Wow, life is a bowl of cherries. It's also like a box of chocolates. You never know what
Yeah.
you'll get. And what I love about life is that you can choose whether you want to be in the pits or you want to be in the chocolates arena. And so I just want to say, if I do get down in the pit, it doesn't take much to get me back up to being optimistic. As long as I have hope, as long as I have love, I can do pretty well to stay out of those pits. And I always encourage young people to do the same, to make sure that they choose maybe optimism. That helps you stay out of the pits. And when you make a choice, that choice makes you. So why not choose a good one? Don't stay in the pits. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Yeah, very good. No, I appreciate that. That's very excellent. There is something that happened to a young friend of mine, and tell me I don't like fall, and I'll tell you why I don't like fall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Toastmaster Dave, tell me, what great fall have you had that you've recovered from?
Wow, the great fall that David Vrudny has recovered from, probably it was in April of 2009. That was when I fell from my job at Axiom. That was one big fall when I was let go after the big mortgage meltdown. I'll have to say, though, when I thought about falling, literally, though, when I fell down the stairs, that was probably a better situation. So let me pivot to that fall, because there's a point to this story. When you're walking down the stairs, first of all, do not carry a laptop. It's bad. Secondly, do not get distracted, because just about 4 years ago, when I was with my parents in Ohio, I had a laptop at the top of the stairs where my parents are in Akron, Ohio. My dad was talking to me from his office and said, "Dave, can you come back for a second? I have to talk to you about fixing this thing." And he said something that made me think. And while I was thinking, I slipped and I was trying to grab the laptop, and I fell all the way down the stairs, and I fell to the very bottom of the stairs. And my dad ran down and said, Dave, are the stairs okay?" No, he didn't say that. My mom was screaming. She came down. I had an x-ray. I had, unfortunately, some nerve damage. It took about a year to heal. Well, what I learned is one fall does it all. So when you are walking down the stairs, hold on to the rails. Remember, one fall does it all. Mr. Topic Master.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Much appreciation. I greatly appreciate that. There is something that is an uprising while uprising? Toastmaster Dewey, what in your life has been an uprising? I'm sure there's at least one uprising in your life. What has been an uprising in your life, distinguished Toastmaster Dewey?
Dewey's not.
Yeah, where did Dewey go?
Oh.
Dewey disappeared.
He did.
Okay, Craig, take over. There's a big uprising in your life. There was one major uprising in your life. Toastmaster Craig Gerard, distinguished. Tell us what's happening.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters. One uprising in my life after a fall. Many of you were in early risers Toastmasters when we got evicted from our apartment in North Little Rock after living there 41 years. The new manager didn't like us and she said we were bad tenants. So she didn't renew our lease. They were turning them into luxury apartments. And so we had 30 days to get out. We tried to rent another apartment in a different complex, several different complexes, but she blacklisted us and gave us bad reports on our rental history. We always paid the rent on time, but just other things she made up and made big issues of. So we had to go from plan A to plan B. Plan B was getting a new apartment, another complex. C was buy a condominium, which is one thing I wanted to do for many years. So we bought a condominium. It's a much improvement over the apartment we had lived in. It had not been painted since 1987. The carpet was 14 years old in our old apartment. They never would replace it and they blamed us for it. So like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, although we were under a lot of pressure during that time, we made it through and got a new condominium March 31st, 2017. So we're pleased to be homeowners and live in a condominium, and we uprised over what that awful manager tried to do to us and destroy our lives, and thrived and wound up in a better position than we were beforehand. Mr. Tabletop Master.
All right, you know
Wow,
what, Adrian, I think we have to wrap it up. Go ahead, Adrian.
Okay. All right. Well, the most important, there's always a rollover and a rollover and a rollover. Now, those people that do finances, I know you're well-to-do and wealthy. Toastmaster Fisher, as in, wow. How do you roll over in finances? Mr. Fisher, tell us today, in your words as a financer, what happens in rollover?
Due to our short time, I'll keep this to a brief 15 seconds. To roll over your finances by doing a budget. Just like I talked about having a calorie deficit, your budget, it needs a deficit. Get on a budget. You need it. Toastmasters, back to you.
Good. That's when you have a fall down, like Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And they haven't been able to put him back together again. Major Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster, Dave Vrudny, it's all yours, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Topic Master. A lot of storms going on, my family in the Carolinas. Remember this, though, criticism, like rain, should be gentle enough to nourish a person's growth without destroying the roots. Helping us, giving us some nourishment is our general evaluator. Let's welcome Toastmaster Clinton Copeland.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dave Vrudny, and to all of us on the call. Our first evaluation is kind of different. We will be doing a round robin of Toastmaster Dr. Fridge is a speech on VPPR. Who would like to start the round robin as Toastmaster Dr. Sonny Fridge?
I'll start.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Reggie.
Dr. Fridge, as always, your speeches are really well organized and like a well-oiled machine. Thank you for also putting in the content that you had as well. Those are some tips that I have not heard about and are really, really good ways to engage the audience that we have on Facebook. I like the whole idea of having throwback and also getting content and seeing examples from the Toastmasters page and also our district page. those are definitely great and seemingly easy ways to be able to reach people and to keep our club page up to date and keep our audience informed and also entertained, because what you shared is bringing in a value of entertainment to our club page, and that would also help in increasing the likes that we have on our Facebook page and keeping people informed. Great job.
And also, I just want to say, I really liked how Dr. Fritz began the speech by asking questions. As Brian Tracy likes to say, never make a statement if you can make it as a question, because the questions engage and involve. Raise your hand if you've been a VP of PR. It's always good, I think, at the beginning to get people roped in. I really commend you for that. Thank you.
In the interest of time, we could probably move on.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, for your feedback for Toastmaster Dr. Sonny Fridge. We will move on with our second evaluator of the day is to evaluate Toastmaster Reggie Fisher's speech is Toastmaster Craig Gerard.
Toastmaster Copeland, I just got in the meeting right as the second speech ended, so I can't evaluate it. We'll have to pick another evaluator.
Okay, who would like?
I can just make a comment to Toastmaster Reggie's speech. In something that you can improve. I usually say this, and I could even have done that better today, but you know how you had 10 things to do? Again, if you need me to show you, I can show you how you can reveal each one of those steps, or for each step, make a picture in our minds of whatever that step is, and you can even talk about it even better, because people remember images. They can feel a little bit more about your topic. That's my suggestion, because I appreciated the delivery.
Real quickly, I thought Reggie did an amazing job, incredible speech. Just one specific tip. Craig Valentine talks about then, now, and how. Maybe if you began you begin showing the picture of you when you were close to 300 pounds. That's how you begin it. People are looking at that. It's like, okay, and you say, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I was unhappy. I was 300 pounds. My blood pressure was high. You paint this picture, then you say, but now things are different. Now I'm healthy. My blood pressure is normal. My weight is normal. I'm so happy. So you may be wondering, how did I get from there to here? And that's what you're going to be hearing about in the next 5 minutes. So the then to now to how. I think it could have been structured a little bit better, but overall it was an amazing speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rudney and Toastmaster Fridge. Anyone else? With that, I will relinquish control to our grammarian and all counter of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Dave McGar.
Thank you, Clint. I will be as thorough as possible with the counter report, but I did have to step away a few times to help my wife. She came home from the hospital on Wednesday, had dialysis Thursday, and she's still having some challenges, and I'm helping her with that. But that being done, I appreciate your patience with me in the coming weeks as we find our new normal. The word of the day is appreciate. I did hear it 6 times that I noticed. The winner of our word of the day in my hearing was Sonny Fridge with 3 uses of it. Some good and bad uses of grammar. Sonny, you said maybe once could have been left out. 1 and 1 so. Some great words that you used: transformation, spotlight, inspiration, and share our way to Toastmaster success. Great phrase. Dave, I like your word voluntold and moderation. Reggie, your filler words basically and so, but your most favorite filler word was maybe. I counted at least 6 of those tacked to the middle of sentences that were not needed. Good words you used: daunting, calorie deficit, satiated, going down a rabbit hole and trust the process. Adrian, I like your start out with in the pits concerning the cherries. Really was interesting how it threw Sunny off about which direction you were going. And Sunny came up with an "and so" as she began to get less discombobulated, and then started out with a good word, optimistic. Craig, I liked your phrase, "Phoenix rising from the ashes," and then also a follow-up word, "uprise." That's my report for today.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster Dave McGar. We will proceed with our timers report by Toastmaster Reggie Fisher.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Our times today: speaker 1 spoke for 8 minutes, 38 seconds. Speaker 2, I have 7 minutes, 16 seconds, but I feel like I maybe prematurely stopped it. Joke of the day, Clint, was 21 seconds. Topics: Dr. Fish talked about jumping from the pits to the chocolates for 53 seconds. Dave talked about the great fall that he recovered from, and for 1 minute 41 seconds. Craig talked about an uprising in his life with his apartment and condo for 1 minute 59 seconds. I talked about rolling over your finances for the better for 17 seconds. Eval 1, round robin, was 1 minute 39 seconds, and the second round robin for my speech was 1 minute 28 seconds. Dewey's ongoing report, 1 minute 35 seconds, and I've been speaking for 47, 48, 49 seconds. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dave. Reggie Brown, Reggie Fisher. And with that, we had a great meeting today, and I will relinquish control to the Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Dave Vrudny.
Wow, I didn't know I'm still part of the leadership of this club. That's pretty cool. Actually, I'm going to return control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Reggie Fisher.
Thank you, but I now return control to our president, Craig Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Fellow Toastmasters, a reminder that dues are due. This is the last day to pay them on time. You can pay them online if you're a club officer. Dues are $51.45 to the Toastmasters International and $6 to the club. I had emailed Victor about contacting Harley Watson, and I had not heard back from him. Is Victor out of town this week?
Harley will not be joining. He has some life events going on that prevents him from rejoining Toastmasters at the moment.
Okay.
He did say that he really enjoyed our club, and he would love to join back when life calms down.
All right, that's fine.
So all of our members are paid. I checked last night as I paid Charlotte and I. So we have 10 paid members now.
Good,
and
good.
we have Pam and Harley falling off the list.
Okay, very good. Well, Dewey, do you have any district news to tell us as division director? Dewey, you're muted.
Yes, the governor's proclamation went well on the 29th. Today at 1:15, there'll be a Division A Executive Council meeting using the Capital Toastmasters website connection. There is a new club coach training program. It's available in your TI profile page. Log in, go to your profile page, select Pathways, Base Camp, and then at the bottom of that page, you will see the coach profile, the coach training. It takes about 30 minutes between you and the computer to learn all the new and different details about being a club coach. If you do not have that for your next DTM, you might want to look into that. There's a few reports to be done in a certain order in which things are done that's different. So I would encourage all of you to look into that and make sure that that is taken care of for your coach training. To be eligible to be a coach, you must go through that electronic content.
Thank you, Dewey. Does anyone else have any other business to bring before our club?
Yes, just an announcement about our membership. When we get this low in members, it does impact our ability to speak. I guess let me rephrase that. It impacts our frequency of our speeches. Typically, we speak about once a month. And once I start scheduling, we really only have less than 10 speakers who actually speak, just because of schedules and timings, that sort of nature, and some members who are just paper members. Therefore, you will see probably yourself scheduled twice a month, or unless someone else has any ideas until we get additional members. Just keep that in mind. So don't get angry if you feel like you just spoke and you're back on the agenda.
And remember, we had said we're having a board meeting the second Sunday in October. What time did we set it for? 2, was it? You remember, Joey? Reggie, do you remember what?
I'm looking it up.
What time works good for everyone on Sunday? The Sunday, October 9th, what time works good?
I've got it listed as 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, well, 2 o'clock.
Have it, that's the same.
That'll be fine, all right. 2 o'clock Sunday, October 9th is our board meeting online on Zoom. Anyone else have any other questions or comments for the club?
Just really quick, VPE, how do I get credit for my speech? What's your recommendation? So I did it, we did hear an evaluation. What's the best way to make it official so I can start getting credit? Because I don't think I've turned anything in.
Does that get you, are you completing a level in your path? Or is it just completing a portion of the level?
Just a portion at the moment, but just
right.
keep track.
So yeah, so once you go back to your pathway speech, you'll submit the evaluation of how you did, the AFA report, like 1 through 5, how well your particular election or whatever part of the program you were in. And once you submit that, it'll stay on that level until you complete everything within that level. And once you complete everything in that level, then I will go in on my side and say that you've completed it.
Okay, before I forget, I'll do that today. So because I have a habit of not following through, and I know I've done speeches for this club. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, we now stand adjourned.
He has a question.
Who has a question?
As a follow-up comment for Sunny, I do have a help desk at 7 o'clock on Monday nights. It used to be 8 o'clock. I moved it to 7 because of the district level meetings that are more prevalent at 8 o'clock on Monday nights. If you'd like to log in on the help desk on a Monday night, I can walk you through whatever has not been done to make sure that you have your electronic content complete.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. All right, we now stand adjourned.
See you, everybody. It's a great meeting.